everyone, this is Eileen from Eileen Stuffs, and today we are going to be doing our end of the month review to see how I fared in April. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. I am a cash budgeter and stuffer here on YouTube, and I am working on paying off debt as well as building up an emergency and sinking funds. If this is something that interests you and you haven't already, please consider subscribing below. Okay, so we got all of our stuff, and so we will first look at my sinking funds, we'll look at my debt snowball, we'll check what I made for the month and kind of gather what my bills were, what was left over, and then review if I reached my goals for April and set some goals for May. So let's go ahead and get started with the sinking fund. I'm going to put some of this stuff to the side. And I do have my sinking fund tracker. And I was able to put more money in my sinking fund, so I think we have some good news. But I did also pull from my emergency fund in April, so we're gonna have to think about that. All right, so let's get started. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I used to have way more sinking funds, but I recently pared them down to focus on debt payoff. So I'm really down to the small amount of essentials that just help me save money so that I have this cash available just for my monthly expenses. For me, it's just this is kind of another way of managing an emergency fund. And that's how I'm looking at this currently. We're starting with bills. Now, bills ended March with $15, and we now have $20, $30, $35. So we did put about $20 in our bills sinking fund. It's really important for me to build this up because, as I've said in other videos, the winter season gets a little hard, so I really want to have a chunk of money in this to prepare for that because I know it's coming. Medical. So medical I did take to pay for medicine, but I believe I put some back. So we were down to 10 in March and we now have 15. So we added $5 back. We have savings. Savings ended March with $7. We now have 5, 6, 7. Wait, is that it? We didn't put anything in. I thought maybe I did skip this one now that I'm thinking about it. All right, well, we've stayed steady with 7. So not much, but we're a work in progress over here. All right, shopping ended March in 6, and I believe this still has 6. Yes. Giving ended March with $3, and I believe this one also did not get stuffed. It now has 1, 2, 3. I'll link my recent cash stuffing video below, but if you saw it, you did see that I really geared the money I had to just specific envelopes, and some of them just got skipped in March. Right, then we have my dear Riley. She ended March with 28. I do believe she got stuffed because she's due soon for vaccines. Now has 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. So we did about $10 in March. I'm sorry, in April. Confusing myself with the months. Okay, my car. So my car ended March with 99. I always like to stuff my car. I just want to have the money there. You never know when it comes to vehicles. My car, again, this is like my emergency fund. My car has 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, 101, 2, 3, 4. So we now have $104, which is great because I think I said this in my other video, but my car has a good warranty on it, and my deductible for services it's either $50 or $75. So either way, I basically have that, which makes me just feel good. Makes me feel like my car is covered just in case. The family ended March with $117, and I definitely stuffed this because I am planning on giving my mom another check for Mother's Day. That is the goal. So I am going to stuff a little bit more, then send this out to her. But now we have, so again, we ended March with 117, and we now have 50, 70, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 145, 150, 151, 152. I think, yeah, we had stuff like $40 or something during the cash stuffing. 35. So my check on the 1st, I should have some money to stuff, and it's basically going to go to my mom and Riley because, like I said, so those are going to be my focuses for at least May 1st. Secret stash ended March with 10, and that might be the same. We have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I guess I did stuff this. So we added 5 in April and we're now up to 15. And then we have my emergency fund. So I did talk about this in a budget video where my check was so low in order to pay the bills, I had to pull money. It was just from a check that had a lot of missing days on it. And I do say this in a lot of videos, but I am a contract worker. So if I miss work, then I don't get paid. I don't get paid vacation or paid sick time or anything like that. So I usually just take the hit for a financial loss. And I think my paycheck on April 1st was like that. And so I did pull from my emergency fund. I pulled 300. I only used 200. So I did put 100 back. And right now my emergency fund, it also did gain a little bit of interest because the interest was at 507. So now it's at $306.32. And then I think that's it. So now we're going to look and see, because, we definitely added, but we took away. So I'm not sure that we're going to make much of a difference this month. We might break even, but let's go ahead and see what we have here. 35, 15, 7, 6, 3, 38, 104, 152, 15, and 306.32. So I'm getting my total sinking funds is 681.32. And then let me just double check these numbers real quick. Yeah, we're good. So we are at $681.32. So we are down from March, and the biggest reason is just because I pulled from my emergency fund. So we did end March with 807 cents, and we have 681.32. So the difference is actually a negative $118.75, mostly because of the emergency fund. And I think the emergency fund was, like I said, 200, but since I did add some, it put back a little. This is where we stand for sinking funds. I'm gonna move forward because sometimes it's easy to get down about this, but it's just not gonna serve me well to get down. I have to just keep my eye on the price here. All right, so let's move on to the debt snowball. I would say the debt snowball this month didn't go well, and most of that is because it was tax time. I had to pay my taxes. I did owe money. I threw a big chunk towards taxes, and that became my priority. And I kind of already wrote it here, so I'm just going to put April because I forgot to put the dates. But I did do a $30 payment and a $50 payment, so that was $80. I need to get my balance. I don't have that right now, and I usually call to get my balance. I don't have an online account set up for this card, but I'll get that, and then maybe in my next video I'll just show you real quick. But I did put $80 towards my card this month. I didn't do my third payment, so that's just kind of where we're at. And now we're going to move on to April and see how did we do money-wise. April started out a little rough money-wise, but it ended better. So first let's look at the goals. So my goals for April were to file my 2022 taxes, and yes, I did that. To finish the rough draft of my book. I'm actually pretty much done. I think it's kind of in the editing stage, but I did create a savings challenge book. I have been looking at publishing options, and the rough draft is pretty much done, but I just kind of had a thought that maybe I'd like to add just a little bit more to buff it out, and then the editing process. But yeah, I pretty much reached that goal as well. The other things were to file my taxes and my grocery receipts. I did that. To add items to my shop. Now this is where I am failing, and I just feel bad about this, you guys. I've been feeling a lot of guilt and feeling like I've been letting people down lately, and it just doesn't feel good, and it really has a lot to do with this. I've had people ask for me to put things on my shop, and I thought I could do it, and then I didn't get to do it. Part of it was because I was focusing on getting other stuff done that needed to be done, and part of it is just time management. So that continues to be something that I'm failing on. That kind of goes with this goal, which was to prioritize things on my to-do list, and I did actually do that. I did say this in my last video, but I did kind of throw YouTube to the back burner this month to focus on other things, and as a result, I didn't get stuff done for YouTube, but I'm hoping that I can change that in May. So that's actually going to be one of the goals in May. Definitely is weighing on me heavily. Good news is we did reach 4 out of 5 goals, and things are pretty much on track. It's just me hunkering down. and I'm totally prepared to do that right now. All right, so let's look at what we made. So my February 1st paycheck, again, was super low. It was $1,497.75. My 15th paycheck, however, was way better. It was $2,584.50. So our total that we earned, let me go to the, was $4,082.25. So that is what we brought in April. And again, that is like, that's up. I guess it's not as up as much as I thought, because March was $4,047. And then now I'm curious. I thought it was more. Well, it's definitely more than February, because February was $3,625. Like I said, I did have one bad check, so we should continue to see an upward trend with the income. Then what did we save? Did end up saving some money in April. Again, not very much. We saved some for sinking funds and challenges. So we had did we save $125? Is that right? Is that what I'm seeing here? Yeah, I guess so, because it would have been, I'm just going to double check this. So we put money in sinking funds, money in savings challenges. So together we saved 25, 10, 5. Yeah, so we saved, this is probably the best month for savings that I've had so far. We saved a total of $125. And then our expenses, because I didn't include my roommate's part of the income, I'm just gonna include my part of the bills. But let me figure out what were my actual expenses for the month. I'm gonna go ahead and add this up and I will be right back. I'm getting that my total expenses were $2,703.22. And if we had, and that I took out the IRS payment, but I didn't take out the taxes either. So I'm going to do that in a minute. But we have $482.25. My basic expenses are $2,703.22. So that is $1,379.03. But like I said, I didn't do, so I took out, for taxes, I took out $97.75, and then I took out that big chunk of $650. So that gave me an extra $631.28. I also didn't include the gas. Let's take out $70 for gas, so that's $561. And then if you think about, then I divided this into wallet money. So yeah, that's about like, so I always like to see what that kind of left me for each week. That kind of left me with an extra $140.32 a week. This month, I think it was a little bit better than past months. It definitely left me with more money. Where was I? So after I took out, so I'm gonna minus taxes, was $631.28, and then like, yeah, some went to my wallet, some was rollover, some was sinking funds. And you know what I just realized? Someone actually commented that I should keep track of my expenses of what I'm spending my miscellaneous money on, and I actually think that might be a cool thing to do. I think I might try that in May. See, like, I think I might track, because I always leave miscellaneous in the bank, but that was actually, they made a good point that I might just be spending more on food, which means I should probably take out more in cash, because the goal is to move away from needing the debit card. I think I'm going to do that experiment in May and keep track of my miscellaneous money and see where is extra money going, so that I can maybe budget a little different. I think that's a good challenge for me as I continue to learn how to budget. I've taught myself, right? I really believe in, process of trial and error and learning. I think that's maybe something that will be beneficial. So, and that'll be kind of a cool video to film anyway, to kind of show you where does my miscellaneous money go. So that is going to be a goal for May. So I'll have to write that down. We have Etsy. I had some weird Etsy payments this month. Just because Etsy does take such a chunk that sometimes I just get like random, like 70-cent, 63-cent deposits. Really doesn't do much. Usually I just keep it in my business account. I wanted to see where I left off. Because I remember in March I didn't write it down, so I had said in, oh, that video that didn't film correctly, that's right, I had said I would count it for next time. The last one I got was $214. Yes, this is where I'm at. So since that last time I checked my Etsy, I've gotten a payment of 90 cents. $314, I received a payment of $3.21. April 4th, I received a payment of 70 cents. Again, so when you see like crackers that are $1 or $2, this is usually what, as an Etsy owner, what you end up getting. You end up getting like a fraction of that. That's a good example here. I got 9 cents, and I'm wondering if that was from something I have on there that's only 75 cents. And then I have $4.25, I received 63 cents. So let's see what my total Etsy money was. And there was no YouTube. I just missed the threshold to get paid because YouTube does have a minimum that you have to receive before they'll pay you, and I was just under it. So I should get it next month, but I did not get any YouTube money this month. So we're just gonna look at Etsy. Let me clear this. So we had we've made about $5.53 in Etsy, so you know, not much. Okay, so we're gonna go through a little bit of a review now and kind of think forward to May. The first question is, did I achieve my month's goals? And I did. I achieved about 4 out of 5 goals. That's pretty good. Again, the goal that I missed was the YouTube goal. I think my month's wins were honestly getting my taxes done and making a plan to get for payoff and figuring out how I can manage paying huge chunks every month towards my taxes that I owe for 21, which is almost done, and 2022, and plan ahead for 2023. So that was a win for me, I guess, was just to figure out my tax situation. So what are things I need to improve? I definitely think I need to do some more time management because I'm working more, and then I have, you know, my YouTube channels, and just managing my time so I can finish things that I want to do and get stuff done, right? And my actions I'm going to take next month, I continue to add work. And I'm going to be adding more in May. So I think that, again, will continue to help me earn more money because that's what I need. I need more money to pay my bills and pay my debt. And so I'm pretty much ready to work my butt off. What are my month's goals? I think my top goal for May is going to be to get items on my shop. I mean, that just has to happen at this point. I've put it off. I've kind of, like I said, put it to the back burner, but I'm like annoying myself at this point. And I just feel like, I feel bad. Another thing I would like to do is figure out how to publish my book. Like, because self-publishing, there's a lot of different options. I'd like to get that out. And I think my other goal is to just keep working more. Those are my big goals. So what is going to be on the to-do list? Again, my to-do list is way smaller now because I took care of so much in April that was piling up. It's such a relief. So I think my to-do list is to get all caught up at work. I like to get myself ahead of the game so I can just kind of stay on top of things. And it's just like never ending with paperwork. Also, my other thing of the to-do list is, I guess it kind of goes with my goal, is I want to update my shop really bad. And the other thing on my to-do list in May is to send my mom a payment. And again, I actually got her Mother's Day stuff, so I'm going to send that in May. But yeah, I want to get that in May. That'll feel really cool. And I guess that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you're having a good week and a good Wednesday. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.